Hey y'all, it's Vonnie with the Get Down Podcast, and we are back with another episode. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share this video with anyone and everyone that you know. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you're having a safe day wherever you are tuning in to the podcast. As you guys can see from the title, this video is about Mike Williams. There's been a lot of trades going on in the NFL lately, especially around this time because we're heading into week 9 right now. There's been a lot of trades. There's been a lot of cuts. A lot of teams that have been doing things. So looks like Mike Williams, he is getting traded to the Jets. He's going to be out there playing with Aaron Rodgers, which this might end up being his last year because I think they're 2-6 right now, if I'm not mistaken. And Aaron Rodgers, he do have a Super Bowl under his belt. He already won some games and stuff, so this might be his last year. He might want to go ahead and just hang up, the pads, shoes, all of that, and be an announcer like Tom is. He's a sports announcer right now. So this definitely, I'm calling it right now, this might be Aaron Rodgers' last year. I don't really see him playing next year unless they just say, hey, A-Rod, give us one more year, man. We just need you. We need you. We need you. But it needs to be his decision on what team he would like to play for, even if it's not for the Jets, because I think his contract is only 1 year with them. So obviously that year is about to come to an end because they're not perfecting. I mean, they're not going to go anywhere. They're 2-6. I don't know their remaining schedule, but I mean, who knows? I don't think they're going to get too far with the division and stuff. But let's go ahead and see what ESPN had to say about Mr. Mike Williams. All right. Steelers trade for Jets Mike Williams, Packers Preston Smith. Pittsburgh, not only did the Steelers land Jets wide receiver Mike Williams in exchange for a 2025 fifth-round pick, but the team made another deadline. They move in acquiring Packers pass rusher Preston Smith for a 2025 seventh-round selection Tuesday. So usually when the trades are coming in or some players are being cut, the round for the NFL, which comes up the following year, they usually already make their selection of what round they would like to be in, what kind of player they would want to acquire to try to get on their team. So they made a move with getting the Packers pass rusher Preston Smith, but for a 2025 seventh round selection on Tuesday. So that's how all of that works. If nobody's just really familiar with it like that, that's how it usually works. That's how they usually break everything down. In Williams, the Steelers added a complimentary player to top wideout George Pickens, who has been a focal point of defenses since the team traded Deontay Johnson to the Panthers for cornerback Dante Jackson in the offseason. And by trading for Smith, the Steelers bolstered a position group that has dealt with a number of injuries this season, with a 10-year veteran who has been consistent starter for two organizations over the past 9 years, which that sounds like is Russell Wilson. While pass rusher Alex Highsmith is healthy now, he missed the 3 games with a groin injury, and 2-year pass rusher Nick Herbig has been sidelined in 3 games with a hamstring injury. These hamstrings really be killing everybody. It do. It really, really do. Smith, who has 2.5 sacks and 19 tackles this season, will also help the Steelers run defense as the team enters a pivotal stretch of the AFC North play. Yep, they just they played this the other Sunday night, the previous one, and they won that game. So the Steelers are actually looking good. So this is good that they actually picked Preston Smith up right now. Though the Steelers' passing game has improved since Russell Wilson took the starting quarterback reins against Williams' former team, Pittsburgh still felt it needed another receiver to round out a group that includes Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin III, Scotty Miller, and 2024 third-round pick Roman Wilson, who was recently placed on injured reserve with a hamstring injury. These hamstrings ain't no joke. Not at all. They're not a joke at all. That's when called upon, they're capable of delivering. Coach Mike Tomlin said Tuesday of what he has learned about his wide receiver depth. And I just think with each passing week, there'll be more opportunities to display that, particularly as people work schematically. Schematically, I want to make sure I say that right. Schematically, whatever. To minimize George, it creates one-on-one opportunity for others. Okay, this is actually good for like I said, that they actually picked them up. It's gonna add more depth to their core. That missing piece that the Steelers have been missing, they have it right now. They found it, which is a good thing. I just felt like we have a group that's hardworking and capable and can't wait to show the football world those capabilities. And every time we step into a stadium, they get an opportunity to do so. And you've seen some examples of it already. At 6'4", Williams is now the tallest wide receiver on the Steelers roster. That dude is big. And his size and jump ball ability make him an important, versatile member of a group that has a host of smaller, speedy players. The Jets evidently felt Williams was expendable after acquiring Davante Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders on October 15th. However, the Williams trade leaves them thin for a few weeks at wide receiver. Okay, so now that Williams is out of there, it's going to make the Jets core wide receiver just a little on the thin ice scale. But I mean, they can pick up some other players around, and I'm sure wouldn't mind being traded to a better team. I'm sure they wouldn't mind that at all. It means Xavier Gibson, 4 catches for 23 yards, moves into wide receiver 3 role until Allen Lazard returns from injured reserve, eligible in week 14. In week 6, Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers called out Williams for running the wrong route on a target that resulted in a game-clinching interception and a 23-20 loss to Buffalo Bills, which they could have won now. They would have been 3-5. It's unusual for a quarterback to criticize a wide receiver in that manner. The next morning, the Jets traded for Adams, reuniting him with the Rodgers, his former quarterback with the Green Bay Packers. And everybody was excited about that Davante Adams, he got to go back and play with A-Rod. That's his former quarterback. They're good friends. They just got a very good history with each other. And majority of the time when you're trading and moving these players around, they like to go to a team where they know somebody on that team, or they're really close. They got a brotherhood or whatever the case is, former quarterback, former wide receiver, teammate, whatever. A lot of times that's what boosts the team more, and it helps improve the offense or defensive side to actually be better and better, because it's like, okay, sure, we got this. So-and-so, we got this. We on the same team. Yes. Like what we did with so-and-so, we're going to push each other on this team and be even greater and go even further. And that's the mindset that you want to have. It's the mindset that you definitely want to have as a player in this. Always that mindset. Not coincidentally, Williams didn't practice the next 2 days, even though he was healthy. He was a no-show one day. The next day, he was present at practice, but worked off to the side in the rehab area. Williams said he didn't practice because of personal stuff. He let the Jets know he was open to a trade, according to the source. Okay, so he did come to the front office. He talked to the big man, the head guys, and said, I'm open for a trade if we have to do that. I'm all for it. That's fine. Williams said he wasn't bothered that Rodgers criticized him publicly, though he indicated the two met one-on-one to discuss it. Williams' playing time increased the past 2 games because of Lazard's injury, but he was all but ignored in the passing game. Only 2 targets and 1 catch for 6 yards. Mike's a good guy. He'll be good in that locker room. He's had a nice career, and sometimes change of scenery is great for certain guys, Rodgers said on Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show. That is so true. Sometimes change of scenery is good for certain guys. I agree. We kind of knew with Davante coming in that there'd be less targets for everybody because Garrett Wilson is leading the lead in targets, and Tay's dominant player, he's going to get his targets. If this gives Mike more opportunities, that's awesome, and we wish Mike well. The Jets signed Williams to a 1-year, $10 million contract, expecting him to emerge as their wide receiver number 2 Once he recovered from ACL surgery, he made it back on time for the season opener, but he never found a consistent role. Okay, so it's always been kind of wishy-washy, pretty much since the Jets have signed him. In the 9 games with the Jets, Williams had only 12 catches for 166 yards and no touchdowns. Williams, 30, was released by the Los Angeles Chargers in March after 7 seasons with them. A first-round pick in 2017, he recorded 2 1,000-yard seasons and made 309 receptions for 4,806 yards and 31 touchdowns. Man, that is some big-ass stats. And just within 2 seasons, good grief, he tore an ACL in week 3 last season. The departure of Smith, 31, leaves the Packers with just 2 players aged 30 or older, kicker Brandon McManus and linebacker Eric Wilson, which is 30. This likely would have been Smith last season with the Packers, given his salary $13.4 million for next season. Smith's playing time has been reduced of late, playing less than 50% of defensive snaps in the 2 of the past 3 games. It does, however, leave the Packers short on edge rushers unless they can acquire another defensive end. Bearing another veteran joining the team, it likely moves Lucas Van Ness into an increased role. They also have Kingsley Enagbare and Aaron Mosby, who got his first career sack Sunday. So, like I said, usually with the cuts and the deals and just the trade arounds that a lot of players do with a lot of different teams, it leaves some holes to fill. It leaves some gaps to fill where you have to put the next man in, or if there's already someone at that position, now they're going to have to play at least 10 times harder, 10 times stronger, 10 times faster. Why? Because there's an open hole. There's missing holes and there's missing pieces right there that gotta be filled. So the Mike Williams and the Preston Smith, the trade, the move, the all that, this should play out good. We're gonna see. Because sometimes, like Aaron said, certain guys, they need that change of scenery. Not every guy needs that, but certain guys need it. So this should be the change that both of these teams are looking for, that they need, that they gotta have. So Mike Williams and Preston Smith, hey, y'all, hey, let's see. Let's just see what's going to happen, at least with these 2, Packers and the Steelers and the Jets. Let's keep moving forward to see the impact that these players are going to bring to the team. You want to make sure you always bring an impact to a team. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a fat thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of this video. Share this video too with anyone and everyone that you know, whether you like sports or you just want to hear people give it a comment on a topic. Share this video everywhere. And also, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so you can be notified every time I drop videos on this channel. And if that is all, always remember to stay prayed up and blessed. I'll see you guys in the next video.